Hello Cronians. So today I'd like to introduce the brand new features of the Omega V2 indicator. You will see that you have two new features called table and pivot points. First of all, I'd like to talk about another feature which we have modified a little bit, the trend line. So now you won't have the ability to see the line, which we found was not really useful. However, we kept the ribbon on, and the color of the ribbon is also going to change according to the trend. Once the color of the band match the color of the bars, you can take it as a confirmation of the trend. So once you get the buy signal, for instance, what I would personally recommend, and this is not financial advice, but this is just what I would personally do, okay? So one thing I would do here is I would enter my long position with a stop loss below the recent swing low, and I would start building my position in this area. So this is my buying zone. This is not just this zone where I'm panicking and stuff. No. This is the zone where I'm controlling my risk and I'm building my position. This whole zone, this is my hard stop. And then I just take profit on the way up. One thing you could do is either use the new take profit levels here. So if we come back to this trade right there, you have your first take profit, and let's just see how it plays out. So the price pulls back into the band. However, I am more confident now to add maybe a little bit because the band is shifting to blue color, which means that the market trend is being confirmed. Traders are becoming more confident that they can go long. So the price eventually reach our target. And what you can do is take off maybe 50% or 60%. Usually you really want to go quite heavy on the first take profit and then maybe place your stop loss at your entry. So this is a risk-free trade and you've already made money here. All right. So that was how to be using the ribbon as an area to buy. Let's go back to the live chart. Here in the settings, now we have those new options called table and pivot points. The table is a multi-time frame screener. 60 minutes, so that's 1 hour, 240, that's 4 hours, daily, weekly, monthly. You have the ability to change all these time frames down to the seconds if you have the premium account. You can literally just play with it as much as you want. You even have a dark mode for people that prefer to be using a white chart. You can just turn it off. For people that like to trade on mobile, I recommend using small, then place it to the bottom if you want. This tool is very useful in order to catch the reversal of a trend or the exhaustion of a trend. So for instance, let's see live how this played out once we reached our first take profit. So we reached TP1 and almost instantly we start seeing that the hourly time frame is shifting bearish, which means that the Omega V2 for the same speed is now receiving a sell signal on the hourly chart. This could be a good time to either close your entire position or maybe even start building a short position. And now this is real time. We just got the confirmation that the 4 hourly is also bearish. So this is looking ominous. I personally would not bet for a retest in this area. I would just wait for this to clear out a little bit. And if I want to play the shift in market trend, then I would wait maybe for the sell signal here. I'm not going to go over the take profit levels appearance that have changed because this is purely style. If I turn it off, then let me go over the pivot points and what they are. The pivot points are key levels that a lot of traders are targeting when they're trading the market. They're extremely useful and usually have a very high win probability because these are key areas that traders like to target. You can change their style. It's really up to you, their thickness, and the offset. So the offset here, if it's down to 0, the lines will be right on the bar. So you want it to be a little bit further, which you can just set up and then change the colors of each pivot point. It's really up to you. If you trade higher time frames, such as for instance here, the 12 hours, maybe get rid of the daily pivot points and keep the weekly pivot points as well as the monthly. This is very important because if you use the daily pivot points, there would be way too much noise. This doesn't make sense. One thing you can also do as a trader is use those pivot points as take profit levels. So what you could do is remove those take profit levels and even stop loss. What if you use, for instance, the recent swing high? Let's say you want to start opening your short position here. You place your stop loss above, give yourself some wiggle room. This is good because we're above the monthly pivot point, we're above the weekly second resistance. There's very low chance that we're going to be stopped out. You want a 1R, so risk reward ratio of 1. And one good target could be, for instance, here, you could take out maybe 30% once you reach this area here, 4,014, because it's very likely we're going to have a pullback into the ribbon. And again, manage your risk accordingly. But this is a pattern that I have found to be extremely profitable. All right, that's it for today, guys. We are super excited to release some brand new tools very, very soon. So stay tuned.